So we have the DR-70F with GMK tiramisu. This set with this board is so pretty. This has a really nice carrying case, by the way. It's got this like almost rubbery, grippy kind of exterior. It feels like a lot more premium than other carrying cases that I've seen in the past from keyboards. And I also like this is like printed on, like 3D. You can kind of feel it. It looks sick. It's a cool looking case. And it looks really nice inside too. So inside, it's got these little compartments right here. And then you've got your board. It has this thing that helps you like kind of lift the board out. Always nice, because sometimes it's hard to like get your grip, you know what I mean? Very beautiful cream case with the brass weights. Got our side profile. Side profile is also kind of nice, to be honest. With that like seam running through the middle, pretty hot. I actually really like the back of this board. Like this weight thing is really cool. It says Daring Run 70F. And that's where your USB is housed as well. That's a sexy little back. There's also, this part is like see-through. So it's like vented. Apparently this is to help with Bluetooth. Curious how it will mess with the sound a bit. So that's the case. Looks pretty nice. Quality's top tier as far as I can tell. No scuffs, no scratches. Looking pretty good. We have a little box. It says DR-70F. It's like a little accessories box, I imagine. It says silicone package. Bump on feet, and then I'm sure that piece is for the LED bar for light leak. Extra screws. Silicone gaskets. 16 times. These are interesting shapes. They're like trapezoids, kind of. Or USB Type-C connector. I guess an extra, just in case. So I have a PC plate. We're gonna go with no foams today and see how it sounds. There's your foam kit. I imagine we've got plate foam, case foam, PE foam. Then we have ourselves a hot swap PCB, which it actually appears that the gaskets mount. You see this? The gaskets mount on the PCB, which means theoretically you could go plateless on this if you got like a solder. So let's check out the PCB. So we do have to do all the breaking stuff, which I'm never a fan of, to be honest. Go ahead and separate these so that I don't damage them when breaking the PCBs apart. We have KL hot swap sockets. A lot of layout support. You've got split backspace, ISO, enter, split right shift, split left shift, caps lock, both spacebar supports. You've got a lot on this for hot swap PCB. Today we're going to be using these. These are from Keybay Tech. These are the WDJ W1 white diamond switches between Keybay Tech and WDJ, which is a new manufacturer, I guess, but they're like kind of those diamond style switches, and they come in these really cute pastel colored stems. I thought the cream like housing would look really cute with the switches today, or with the keyboard. And then we're going to be using my recent favorite keycap set, GMK Tiramisu. So that's my plan for today's build. I do have these other switches, which are like the black diamonds. We will be using these to fill in the keys that aren't like the alphas and mods. So like the macro column and the right side. They felt really nice, really good stock. So pretty good. So he did give me an alu plate for like sandwich mount. I like that the alu is gold, dude. The only thing that I don't like about these diamond switches is like that you have to look at the bottom before you just stick them in, because you could fuck up the pins. I'm really thinking this is going to be a super clacky build though, chat. I could be wrong, but that's just how I'm feeling at the moment. Yeah, so as expected with the sandwich mount, no flex. I mean, I'm pushing and there's nothing, dude. So far a pretty easy build process, which is great to see. I mean, this board starts at $139, I'm pretty sure. Super affordable keyboard, really stunning design in my opinion. So we have the DR-70F with GMK tiramisu. This set with this board is so pretty. Here's the novelties up close. Here is the other side with the accent arrows. Here is our side profile right there. That's a very beautiful side. Here's the back. See that USB right here? Here's the booty. Which I kind of like that the weight is just that one little piece, you know? It looks classy to me. And then those little vent holes at the bottom, you can see the PCB kind of in there a little bit. You can see the sockets. Let me see if it lights up whenever we plug this in. Ooh. Ooh. Got a little RGB action going on. So we are using KeyBayTech WDJ switches, white diamonds, stock. No foams, alu plate sandwich mount, DR-70F, topped off with GMK tiramisu. Let's hear how it sounds. Pretty good. Ooh. Getting a bit of resonance in this top row, in this area. I kind of like it. I do kind of like it. The spacebar definitely has depth to it. The alphas are very clacky, very bright. Only resonance, like I said, that I noticed is right here on these 3 keys and these 3 keys. Maybe case foam would solve that completely. Otherwise, I mean, I really do like how this sounds, actually. I like it better. It is definitely a little top mounty in the sound profile, but that's kind of to be expected if you think about it. Kind of vibing with this. I don't know what this would do. Let's toss in a piece of foam. Just see the difference real quick. And we'll just do case foam. So all we did now is do the exact same build. We just added foam. Whoa. It made everything a lot louder, actually, which is pretty interesting. So the hollowness is now fixed on this side. It doesn't sound as pingy as it did a minute ago without the foam. It's a lot better, like 30 times better at least. You know, the whole board is just a lot more louder, punchier with the case foam in there, which is surprising. I figured it would have muted things up a bit, but that's not the case. So let's swap the builds. Let's go to our PC plate. I personally really like the sound of foam, but I think it should be optional. I think if a keyboard's designed for foam, that you really have to love that profile. It's a hobby, and you should be able to build it however you like. No foams. Let's see how this keyboard sounds. So now I'm only really getting any hollowness right here. The rest of the board sounds pretty damn good, chat. So for design, I really like it. It's clean, simple, pretty fire. For design, I'm going to give the board a 8.5 out of 10. For sound, I feel like sound I might go a 9. I think the only thing keeping it from being a 10 is that there is a bit of resonance or hollowness right here. But I think with, you know, your piece of foam, you might be able to remedy that. I don't think that these holes made a difference in the sound, especially whenever you consider that the holes are like sitting on the desk. Like the board sounds full, it doesn't sound thin at all. I think the only thing as well not making the sound of this board a 10 is that the spacebar is more of a deeper spacebar and not as much of a clacky poppy spacebar. Typing feel, I'll give the board a 4 out of 10. And now this is preference, right? But this is just my opinions. It's not flexy at all. Even with the gasket config, this board is stiff. This side does get some movement, but I think it's just because it's just the two. But I mean, this, honestly, this doesn't feel any different than the other configuration with the sandwich mount. So like, I would say that's its weakest point. Even with the plastic plate, no flex. Like, I mean, it's solid. There's no movement. But I think it sounds cleaner in this configuration. I think with the sandwich mount, it did have a little bit more resonance, but the foam did fix that issue. I think it came out good. I think it's a good board for 140. You know, you're getting a really nice layout. I'm really into this layout. This is a cool layout. I think this is dope. Pretty cool that you can like switch, you know, your layout if you want to have your arrows on the left. Really love the side profile. I really do like this little like weight on the back, and I like how the lines look. I think this looks kind of cool. Just gives it a little something, you know. All in all, I think the board's great. I could definitely recommend it. So there it is with the diffusion. It did get a little dimmer with that like piece, but there's no light bleed now. Yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Here, I imagine, is where we have our yummy snacks. Sponsored by Silka Gel.